who were separated at birth, and I don't remember the name of that.
Oh, yeah.
Carol, if you remember, you can type it in or speak up. But anyway, there are a number of books about true stories, and then there are also some fictional books out that I hear are quite good. I haven't read many of them. I read one sometime back, but anyway, it is interesting to read the ones that are true. Oh, there was one case recently that showed up in the news where two men, unknown to each other, tested their DNA. This is in Canada. And one of them had been raised as Indigenous and French Canadian and brought up on a reservation in Canada. Mother was clearly Indigenous. And the other man had been raised by a family of Ukrainian descent, a wealthy family, big ranch. Unbeknownst to each other, they both take DNA tests. The one who was raised as Indigenous and French Canadian came up as Ukrainian. And the one who was raised as Ukrainian came up as Indigenous and French Canadian.
Oh my goodness.
It turned out at the time of their births, oh, by the way, they were born on the same day in the same clinic in a rural area. And
Mix the babies up.
So
I have heard of that happening.
yeah. So then, the question is, what do you do with that information? They were like in their 50s or 60s when they learned this, The one son who was raised Indigenous and should have been with the Ukrainian family has filed suit because he suffered a brutal upbringing, physical abuse and, poverty.
And they weren't his real parents, right? They weren't his real parents.
They weren't his real parents.
Yeah.
He had parents who were well-to-do. I mean, his biological parents were well-to-do. But so he's filed suit against the Canadian government because it was their clinic. But, it's just mind-boggling as to what you do with that information when you're at that age.
I'm going to have to say goodbye, but it's good seeing everybody.
Yeah, good to see
so
you,
very-
Irma.
Good to see you, Irma.
Okay,
Good to see
bye-bye.
you. And I just want to add again, thanks to all of our guests who are here today and our new members. I see Sharon over there. It's good to have you, Sharon. So anyway, so we hope some of the others will join us as well. But everybody take care, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our next event.
Linda, I have a question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
I forget the name again, and I remember the story at the time. The guy that found out his dad wasn't his dad. Did he ask his mother?
He did. He struggled with whether to ask her or not because he feared that it would change their relationship. They'd always been really close. And anyway, she referred to it as, well, she made a mistake when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And she would not discuss in detail. But the father was the man she worked with, the man she worked for. He was the owner of the construction company that she worked for. So anyway, so she did fess up, basically, but she would not discuss it in any detail. She just referred to it as, I made a mistake.
And Bill Griffin, that's right. He was
Griffith, Griffeth.
Oh, ETH.
Yeah,
ETH.
he used to be on one of the financial networks, didn't he?
Right. He was on
We knew who he
CNBC.
was.
Yeah, he was the anchor on on Power Lunch and The Closing Bell. And he was big into genealogy before he ever found out that he was tracing the wrong tree.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Griffeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always, in recent times when that sort of thing has been mentioned, I've thought, oh, it would be so terrible to find out my dad really wasn't my dad. but I have so
Right.
many of his good and bad characteristics like that I can't imagine I'm not related to him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's, you think that's true, but you think of these people that have it identified to them in their 50s and 60s, that, and, obviously the parents, made the people who raised them, made the choice not to tell them. So,
Well, maybe
but
they
he-
didn't know. Do you think they knew, the parents?
well, that's a good question, Jess, because in some cases, I think it could have been the husband or it could have been the guy she had an affair with.
Mhm.
So you don't necessarily know. On the other hand, Bill Griffith looked at it later and said, he does look a lot more like his biological father than he did like his, he refers to it as his biographical family and his biological family.
Ah,
So the genes are the biological family, but his biographical family is the family that he grew up with, that formed his story. So,
I don't think Edith realizes she's still got her phone video on, and
She
I
looks
think
like
she's
she's
going to the
walking
market.
around.
Or
we're seeing the floor and the laundry.
yeah, now she's in the laundry area.
Willene, I think Willene was going to say something.
Oh, I just wanted to thank you. It's very interesting.
Oh, you're welcome, Willene. It was nice to see you again today.
Reports are always so wonderful, and I enjoyed it very much.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot.
And I appreciated all the slides, so we didn't have to take it all in.
Yeah, no, I don't expect you to keep track of my family tree. I have a hard enough time keeping track. I always have to stop and think, okay, is that my great grandfather, my second great grandfather? And of course, it was my second great grandparents' anniversary today. So yeah, or the third. That would be third. Yeah. Anyway.
That was an interesting fact to find out.
Yeah. I thank Family Search for that. Family Search, which is that I'm on, they pop up with these little tidbits of, oh, today's your grandmother's birthday. So good to see you, Sharon. Take care.
Welcome.
So the tip of the day is to get your mammogram on a Saturday.
Oh,
What you're doing?
I'm already home.
oh, wow. Good.
That's just the tip of the day. It was so interesting,
Okay.
Linda. Thank you very much.
Good. Oh, you're welcome, Ida. I'm glad you came. So
Very well said, and thank you.
all right. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm wondering if Rebecca is alive there. Rebecca, are you available?
I am, but I can't turn.
Oh, we just need your sound. We don't need to see you.
Oh, Carol Snow had written on the chat that
The
Buried
book.
Secrets,
Yeah.
Looking for Frank and Ida is also excellent. And oh, good, she's going to share it with me. She loaned me her books by Bill Griffith, and she said she had something else to share with me. So Buried Secrets is the name of that one.
Oh, this is Rebecca. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
having trouble getting both my microphone and my video on at the same time. My phone is projecting.
well, sound is good enough. I was just curious if you'll have the time to share some information about these many new people we have, new members, because we come up with topics like we need somebody to do this or that, and if we knew a little more about them, we might have an idea who might be interested in that particular topic. Like we could use someone to be the GovTrack person, which it doesn't require a lot because I think we just publicize it and send it off to, and they contact state and state handles all of it. But it would be nice to know a little something about these people so we could bring them into being more involved more easily.
Okay, I was planning to write an email listing ones who had recently joined and what I knew about them. And I'll make sure you get that. That's on my list for today.
Oh,
Me
wonderful.
too. I need their address information so I can add them into the database to mail
Into-
out the directories. I'm sending the directories out on Monday.
I got the last piece of information yesterday and they're going out in today's mail, but if you want them by phone, or by email, I'll type them by
You could
email.
just email me the addresses. The other information I don't need for
Okay,
the mailing. I just need the address.
good point. I'll do that.
Okay, and then oh, you already mailed the other information for me?
They're in my mailbox waiting to be picked up.
Yeah, okay, perfect. That's perfect. I don't need all that information for the directory of mailing though. I just need address.
Okay,
Thanks.
Oh, and then
You bet.
sometime we'll want to put a list of the new members with their contact information. The ones that didn't make it in time for the directory,
or the coastline. Yeah,
we can put it in the coastline. Yeah, that'd be a good spot for it.
that'd
And
be good.
that's something that we would want to make sure that everybody has so they can kind of add a page to their directory with all that.
Exactly. Good idea.
Yeah. So,
So how many new ones do we have now?
We got 2 new ones and several and a number of guests who expressed interest. But I've only 2 membership cards since the ones who appeared in the original announcement for this meeting.
Okay.
There were
And
half.
the ones that were joining at the September meeting are in the directory.
Yes.
and then the 2 that just joined are Sharon Griggs and Phyllis Salvage.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, Phyllis Salvage is another one of the ladies from my book club who
Oh.
came to our September meeting. Her daughter came with her, actually.
Uh-huh.
But,
I think won something.
what was that?
I think they won a centerpiece or something.
Yes, I think they did. So,
And Sharon Griggs, do we know anything? Do we know
Yeah,
where she came
sent me
from?
her in profile. Yes, she came through Lynette Olson. She's a
Oh,
friend.
okay.
That's
and Lynette Olson is also from my neighborhood book group. So she came for the September meeting and then she invited Sharon Griggs. So, yeah,
Okay, great.
Good.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's very nice to see, knowledge about what we're doing trickling out from our current members to all sorts of people.
Yeah, and Rebecca, I don't know if, I think Karen used to ask, and maybe you do too, how they learned about us. I'm always interested where some of them are seen in the paper, but it's always a question of which paper.
Ah, okay, I'll be sure to ask that then. I happen to know about our recent new members, and I'm afraid none of them mentioned the paper, but it's a good question to ask.
Yeah, and do you know how they learned about us?
Through other members.
Oh, okay,
They
so
knew
it's,
somebody who was already a member, or they knew somebody who was becoming a member, or they came to our September meeting and met several of us.
okay. So word of mouth, and we don't know how they got the info to come to the meeting.
Well,
Yeah.
except that they got it from a friend who was already a member.
Okay, well.
And we
so-
do know that some of the people who came to this meeting today saw it in the paper,
Yeah, the Mary from Point Loma mentioned that.
right?
Good.
Oh, that's
Mary
right.
Hudson,
Oh, and I
Sure.
think the couple of the Rancho Santa Fe people, maybe.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, don't know who they were.
Yeah, the person that mentioned the paper, she said her husband saw it somewhere, and I don't think she even knew where, but that's good that he
Yeah,
saw it somewhere.
yeah, that's good. So, all righty. Well, it's been nice, ladies, and
Yeah, very nice. Thanks, Linda.
good to see
Thank you
you.
Lots
very
of work. Good to see you too.
Yeah, you guys take care.
Watch for the pink directory.
Oh, we won't miss
Absolutely.
it.
Woohoo!
I
Yeah.
love the variety of colors always. It's really helpful. I know, oh, that's not this year's. That's not the bright green.
Sorry
I'm
it took
looking
me
for.
so long to get it together. My life has been crazy.
Yeah,
This is
that's
fun.
okay. This way we got our September members in there and
Yeah, we did.
yeah,
We appreciate what you do. It's a
yeah,
lot.
we do. Absolutely.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you, Jess.
All right. Have a great
Okay,
rest of the
take